Crypto adoption has absolutely skyrocketed in the past couple of years. More and more people are now starting to hold their savings in the form of digital currencies. But what if we told you even the ultra-rich have started to stash their immense wealth in crypto? And despite tremendous opposition, billionaire crypto adoption has nearly doubled in the last year. Keep watching this video as we tell you what the Rich Club thinks of cryptocurrencies. First up, the real whales. Everyday investors like us often refer to these billionaire investors as whales. Unlike us, the ultra-rich don't have a few thousand invested in crypto, they literally have millions of dollars in digital currencies. In a recent survey by Forbes, 75 out of 65 wealthiest people in the world showed that almost 30% are either directly or indirectly invested in cryptocurrencies. And what's really surprising is that this rate is actually much higher than compared to non-billionaire investors. So, it makes you wonder, if the richest of the rich are deep in crypto, it must be a pretty good asset, right? But still, it isn't like crypto is the only digital asset billionaires hold. Some of them actually have shares in crypto-focused companies. At least 18% of billionaires reported that they have only 1% of their wealth tied up in crypto, which, to be honest, wouldn't exactly be a small number considering how much they're worth. But here's where it gets really interesting. 3.2% of billionaires claim that they have more than 50% of their wealth all invested in digital currencies. That's like billions of dollars in such a volatile market. Jeez, we can't stop staring at the chart after investing a few hundred in a coin. And these guys are chilling with more than half of their fortune in crypto. Guessing the whole big risk, bigger reward thing finally makes sense now. Some of the people on Forbes 75 actually made their billions entirely through crypto. Co-founders of Coinbase, Brian Armstrong and Fred Eshram, are actually crypto billionaires. And just in case you are wondering why the market is so volatile, it's because of the big whales. Even if these tycoons take out a fraction of their digital holdings, prices can dip by more than 100%. However, this video isn't really to tell you how crypto has been made or is backed by billionaires. It's to tell you that not even the money-minting moguls are safe from it. A vast majority of these billionaires have already seen their wealth plummet by millions of dollars after the most recent Luna USD crash. Now for the rest of the story. So, 30% of the richest 65 billionaires are directly or indirectly invested in the world of crypto. What about the other 70%? Well, let's just say they aren't too excited about digital currencies, with most of them thinking it's all just a fad that'll soon fade out, causing people to lose billions of dollars. Out of the opposing lot, Warren Buffett happens to be a billionaire who has a pretty harsh stance on Bitcoin and the whole crypto bubble. With an estimated net worth of $113 billion, Warren is the chairman and CEO of Berkshire Hathaway. He's the fifth richest person in the world. At the company's annual shareholder meeting, Warren said that even if Bitcoin fell to just $25, he wouldn't buy it. And the logic behind that was pretty simple. He thinks it's a pretty mediocre investment since your profit depends on finding a buyer. If there's no buyer, a Bitcoin could be worth $1 million and still be worthless. Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates, one of the richest and most influential men on the planet, doesn't really think crypto is a lucrative investment. And while it may have made people millions of dollars, it still doesn't add value like the rest of the companies, or at least that's what Bill thinks. To be fair, it's done a lot for the tech industry. The whole concept of blockchain and smart contracts, like all that comes from crypto. But Gates isn't really concerned for the whales. He's more concerned about everyday investors like us. The fourth richest person in the world has advised everyday investors having less money than Elon Musk to stay away from cryptocurrencies. Still, opposition from the fourth and fifth richest men in the world doesn't stop some billionaires from throwing all their money into digital currencies. Yep, you heard that right, all of their money. A handful of people on the Forbes 75 list said that they had more than 70% of all their net worth invested in crypto. Next, it's not rocket science. We're guessing it all depends on how you see it. Average investors like us obviously can't really buy a lot of shares in companies to make big profits and turn our lives around. The ultra-rich have that luxury. All they have to do is find a company that's making a lot of money, they point at it, and voila, they own it. But for people like us, crypto's the only way to be featured in a rags to riches story. Even some billionaires who had a pretty negative stance about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies back in the day have seemed to embrace the digital era with open arms. One of these happened to be Mark Cuban, a serial investor and owner of the basketball team the Dallas Mavericks. In 2019, Mark said that he would rather buy bananas than Bitcoins. And today, he has a multi-million-dollar portfolio full of Bitcoin, Ethereum, NFTs, and other altcoins. In fact, Mark revealed to Forbes that his tech stocks have actually performed worse than his crypto holdings. Anyway, the Shark Tank investor still thinks stocks and crypto are basically the same thing. It isn't rocket science. Interest rates go up, risk assets go down. That's Cuban's take on crypto. Next, in other related news, whatever happened to decentralization? Decentralization was one of the main reasons why everyone was so sold on crypto. It promised you true ownership over your money. See, unlike the bank, no one can freeze or prevent you from moving your crypto anywhere across the globe. Or at least that's what we used to think. A lot of popular exchanges and crypto-backed companies have started freezing trading and accounts to prevent prices from falling more than they already have. Just recently, Celsius, a giant in the crypto space, started freezing out user accounts to prevent them from making any trades or moving their assets in the hopes to solve a mammoth lending crisis. Like whatever happened to decentralization, why does Celsius think it can stop users from trading their assets? It's like if you had $1,000 in the bank, and all of a sudden the bank said, "Hey, I'm in some trouble. I don't think you can take your $1,000 today." And even though you'll still have $1,000 when the bank decides to unfreeze your money, you have lost it until it doesn't. Now for the destroyer. After the most recent Luna USD collapse, you are probably thinking only algorithmically backed stablecoins can destroy the market. But what if we told you about a coin that can potentially destroy crypto forever, wiping everything off the market? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the destroyer of the crypto market. Any guesses? If you guessed USDT, you are absolutely correct. If anything happens to the USDT, the crypto market is screwed. It's the blood of the crypto ecosystem. Without it, nothing would work, because when the market is volatile and users want to keep things at bay, they invest in USDT, mainly because it's a stable coin and its value will always remain pegged to $1. But hey, it's pegged to the US dollar. How could it possibly collapse? Well, look at it this way. When the market collapsed, people cashed out nearly $10 billion by selling off their USDT. Tether got lucky that time around, but with a lot of pressure coming from regulators and investors, it won't be so lucky the next time something similar happens. Finally, there's more trouble for Luna. First, there was a nationwide protest against Terra Luna founder Do Kwon for not being able to prevent the collapse of two of his most prized collections. Some people even found their way to his house in the hopes to deal with him themselves. Despite all that, Do Kwon is trying really hard to revive things for his investors. He's come up with a brand new currency and a plan to recover original investments. But everything he does just makes things worse. And now, the Korean Supreme Court isn't just after Do Kwon, it's after the entire staff of the foundation. The Apex Court has banned all Terra Foundation employees from leaving the country, as they're probably gonna have to go through some more evaluations. Honestly speaking, we had no idea this would end up turning out to be so big. But the fact that Luna and UST were two of the biggest projects in the market has landed everyone on the team in some serious trouble. Don't know about you, but we're definitely sensing some jail time here. That's it from our side, folks. So, what do you think? Will billionaire crypto adoption increase as the market continues to plummet? We've heard rags to riches stories, but are we going to hear a billionaire to broke story soon? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Remember, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more exciting videos in the future. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.